In this lecture, basically, I am going to discuss about the transformation of independent variable. As you know, the signal is basically a physical quantity, and that quantity uh, will be a function of some independent variable. The independent variable can be a time, independent variable can be a space, it can be a height, or it can be any other physical quantity at which the signal characteristic depends. In this course, usually we have considered time as an independent variable. So in this discussion, you will see how the characteristics of the signal can be changed by changing the value of time, and that the process, the steps through which you will change the value of the time will be termed as transformation. Through transformation, you can shift the signal, and you can expand the signal, you can compress the signal, you can uh, you can get a mirror image of that signal by simply uh, the replacement of the time. If you will replace time with some other times, then you can get all of these characteristics of the signal. So first, I am going to discuss what is the meaning of time shifting. For example, this is a signal. This is a signal. This is some physical quantity which is a function of time. And this is a rectangular signal. And one point of this signal on time axis at -2, for example, and other point of this signal on time axis is +2. Now, the question is shift the signal by 2 unit in right direction on time axis. How you will shift the signal? Or the question might be asked, if xt is this, then draw xt minus 2. Xt minus 2, here minus sign means shifting in right direction, and if there will be a plus sign, it means the shifting will be in left direction on time axis. So there are two way through which in which question can be asked. One, if xt is this, then draw xt minus 2, or the second way to ask the question is shift this signal by 2 unit in uh, right direction. How you will do this? Can you shift the signal? Yes, you can shift the signal. Just replacing this by, if you want to shift the signal by 2 unit, then you have to replace t by t minus 2 if you want to shift the signal in right direction. But now this point, because this signal will be shifted now by 2 unit, so this point will be at 4. And this minus 2, you have to add plus 2 in this because you want to shift signal in right direction, so you will add plus 2 in this. So this point will be 0. Amplitude of the signal will not change. If it is 1, then the shifted signal magnitude will also be 1. Now, the new signal which you will get after the replacement of the time t with t minus 2, you will get this signal. So this is called time shifting. Just by replacing t by t minus t1, just by replacing t with t minus t1, you can shift the signal either in left direction or in right direction. If t1 is positive, here t1 is 2, then signal will be shifted in right direction. If t1 is negative or this sign is positive, then signal will be shifted in left direction. So this is the shifting of the signal, and this amount t1 through which signal is shifted is called shifting factor. So by using shifting factor, and for the analysis of signal, this is a need. In some case, you have to shift the signal in left and right direction so that analysis can be made easy or more visible. So this is a need for the analysis of signal, and you can shift the signal either in right or in left direction just by replacing t with t minus t1, and this process or this transformation is called time shifting. This is called time shifting. So a signal can be shifted on time axis by replacing t by t minus t1. So you can shift the signal on time axis either in left direction or in right direction just by replacing time t by t minus t1. You must remember, if this t1 will be positive, then signal will be shifted in right direction, and if t1 will be negative, then signal will be shifted in left direction. Let us consider two example I have considered in this slide. Let us consider this signal, and you want, if this is xt and if you want to draw xt minus 4, how you will draw? As you know, when t is replaced by t minus 4, it is obvious the signal will be shifted, and this minus sign means signal will be shifted in right direction. And by what amount? By the signal will be shifted by 4 unit. So if this point is 3 and this signal will be shifted in right direction, so now this point will be 3 plus 4, 7. And this is minus 1, and you are going to shift the signal by 4 unit in right direction. So minus 1 plus 4, it will be 3. So this point will be shift to 3. So the new signal will be this. So this process is very easy, and you can easily shift the signal in left or right direction. Let us consider another example. This is xt, and question is, if this is xt, then what will be xt minus 3? Xt minus 3 indicates the signal will be shifted on time axis by 3 unit, and this minus sign represents the shifting will be in right direction. So now this point 2 will become 5, and this point minus 1 plus 3, because you are going to shift by 3 unit, minus 1 plus 3, 2. So this point now become this. So now signal will exist in between 2 and 5. Same signal will exist between 2 and 5, just it is shifted only. Suppose the question is, what will be the value of xt plus 4 if original signal xt is this? Now you want signal xt plus 4. What will be the value of xt plus 4? So first, this process will shift the signal, and this plus sign indicates signal will be shifted in right direction. Sorry, in left direction, because this sign is plus. The plus indicates shifting in left direction. Minus indicates shifting in right direction. So this plus sign indicates signal will shift in left direction by 4 unit. So this point 2 now will be 2 minus 4, because now signal is shifted in left direction. So now it will be minus 4. 2 minus 4 will be minus 2. So its starting point will be minus 2. And this point minus 1 minus 4, this will be minus 5. So this point now will shift to minus 5. So you will get this signal. So in this way you can shift the signal either in left or right direction. If you are shifting the signal in the right direction, then you have to add plus. And if you have to add plus sign in its coordinate, which is existing on time axis. So you must remember this. I am going to make it clear through one more example. Suppose, let us consider one more numerical example. Suppose this is a signal. This one is the signal. This is a triangular signal. and this one is the time axis, and this is the physical quantity. It's one point on the time axis is 0 and other point on time axis is 2. Now the question is find xt minus 3. You must remember here minus sign means you are going to shift the signal in right direction. So this 3 will be added here and this 3 will be added here. So now this point will be plus 5 and this point will be plus 3. Now signal will exist in between 3 and 5, not in between 0 and 2. This will be xt minus 3. So if this sign is minus, it means the signal will be shifted in right direction. And how you will get coordinate on time axis? If this sign is minus, then you have to add that amount it's with the coordinate which exists on time axis. If this is 2, then 2 plus 3 it will be 5. If this is 0, 0 plus 3 it will be 3. Suppose the question is calculate if this is a signal xt, this is a signal xt, uh, xt and t, and this one is the signal which exists between 0 and 2. 0 and 2. Now the question is draw xt plus 2. xt plus 2. So this plus sign indicate the signal will shift in left direction. And this coordinate will now become, this is plus 2. So now you will subtract this amount. If it is minus 2, then you will add. But if it is plus, then you will subtract 2 in the coordinate which are existing on time axis. So 2 minus 2, now this point will be 0. This point will be 0. And here this point is 0, and if you will subtract minus 2 in it, now this point will be minus 2. So signal will now be this. So in this way, you can get shifted signal. So this is time shifting. So the important point in time shifting is, it is very important to note this point. It is very important to note this point. If you will shift the signal in right direction, then by an amount 4, then signal will be xt minus 4. And if this sign is minus, then you have to add plus here, plus 4, plus 4 to get new coordinate on time axis. And if you want to shift this signal, in left direction, then by an amount 3, for example, then this will be xt plus 3. Now this sign is plus, so you will subtract now minus 3 in both the coordinate. So you must remember this technique to get a new coordinate. Now the second transformation is time scaling. Time scaling is basically used to compress or expand the signal. In this case, the t will be replaced by at. T will be replaced by at. And if a is greater than 1, then signal will compress, and if a is less than 1, then signal will expand. So this transformation is called time scaling. A signal can be compressed or expand by replacing t by 80. And if you will replace t by 80, then this process is called time scaling, where a will be a scaling factor. But you must remember the value of a determine uh, compression or expansion in the signal. If it is greater than 1, then signal will compress, and if it is less than 1, then signal will expand. So this is time scaling. For example, if this is signal xt, and if you want to draw x to t, then here a is 2, which is greater than 1, so signal will compress. But amplitude of the signal will not change. You must remember, because this is time scaling, not amplitude scaling. So amplitude of the signal will not change. Now, how you will get x to t? Now this original signal is exist in between -1 and 1 on the time axis, because this all is transformation of independent variable, which is time. So you have to concentrate on the coordinate which exist on the time axis. Now, what will be the coordinate for x to t? Just this is 2. So just you have to divide. It's both the coordinate with 2. So the new coordinate will be, uh, or the coordinate for x to t will be, in place of 1, it will be 1 by 2. And in place of -1, it will be -1 by 2. Or signal will now exist between -1 by 2 and +1 by 2. But amplitude of the signal will be same. So this will be x to t. Similarly, if you want to determine xt by 2, if you want to determine xt by 2, t by 2. So here is 1 by 2 less than 1. So the signal will expand. And what will be the coordinate which exists on the time axis? What will be the new coordinate? Because signal will expand. So what will be the new coordinate for this expanded signal? So just now is 1 by 2. So just you have to divide both coordinate by 1 by 2. So the new coordinate will be 2 or minus and -2. So the plot exists between -2 and 2, and signal will expand. So just if this is xt, and if you want to draw xat, then the new coordinate will be 1 by a and -1 by a. Now a will decide whether the signal will expand or compress. But you must remember, you must note here, when the signal will compress, the response become faster. Response will speed up, because in the original signal you can see 1 second is required to reach the signal from maximum value to 0. But in x to t, you can see here only in half second the signal is reached from -1 to maximum value to 0. Only in half second it will transfer from 1 to 0. But in original signal, 1 second is required to transfer the magnitude from 1 to 0. So signal will speed up when it is compressed, and when it is expand, the signal will slow down, because in this case you can see original signal required 1 second to reach from maximum value to 0. But in this 2 second is required. So this response is slow down from the original signal. So expansion always slow down the response, and compression will always enhance or speed up the response. This is time scaling. The third transformation is time reversal. Time reversal is basically used to determine image of that signal. If you want image of the signal, then what you will do, you will do time reversal. Time reversal, the technique of time reversal is very easy. Just you have to replace t by -t. When independent variable sign, or you can say the sign of the time, will reverse from plus to minus, then the signal, you will get the image of the signal, or you will get folded signal. The signal will be folded by 180 degree. For example, you can see in this example, if this is xt, then this one is x minus t. What you are seeing here, this signal is just folded by 180 degree. This point will exist now here, and this line will now exist in this side, and the new signal will be this. So this is time reversal of the signal. Similarly, I am considering one more example to understand this time reversal phenomenon or folding. Let us consider this signal. This is xt, and now you have to draw minus xt. How you will draw? Just you will have to take mirror image of this signal. This is object, and this one is the mirror image. Just this point, this signal is just folded by 180 degree in left direction from right to left. You will get this signal. So this is called time folding. In this way, you can see here there are three transformation of independent variable through which you can change the characteristics of the signal. And this transformation is desirable. This transformation is required. Knowledge of this transformation is required for the analysis of signal. In some case, you will see there will be a need to expand the signal. In some case, you will see there is a need to compress the signal. In some case, there is a need to get image of this signal. So in that type of, when you will do analysis with the signal, such types of output is required from the signal. You will have original signal, but you want shifted signal. So you should have sound knowledge how you can shift the signal from the original signal, how you will expand the signal, uh, original, how you will expand original signal, how you will compress the original signal. So you should have sound knowledge of this transformation uh, for the better analysis or sound analysis of signal. So this is all about the transformation of independent variable. And in next lecture, I will discuss some numerical example on this to understand this transformation phenomena, to make more clear this transformation phenomena.